Welcome everyone to the Friday series called Letting Your Light Shine. I hope you're doing that because it's based on Matthew 5 verses 15 and 16 where Jesus actually commands us as Christians to shine our light before people so they may see our good works and may glorify our Father in the heavens. In this video series, I only highlight good news, such as random acts of kindness, as well as humorous, educational, and inspirational thoughts to help keep everyone encouraged during these trying times. And this is a pretty good one. One viral video, thousands of cupcakes, and a small bakery's future completely transformed. Just weeks ago, Sweet 220, S-W-E-E-T 220, like a room number, Sweet, S-U-I-T-E. That's pretty cool. It was facing the same uphill battle as many small businesses. Rising costs of food and things and shrinking margins, slower days because people don't have as much money. Today, the family-owned bakery is experiencing something entirely different. Lines out the door, daily sellouts, and a renewed sense of hope. Owner Hassan Maki, who launched the bakery with his wife back in 2008, says the sudden turnaround still feels surreal. After opening their current location in 2011 and committing to making everything from scratch, they built a loyal customer base. But recent economic pressures had taken a toll. Maki shared, like every other small business, it was tough. Everything had gone up and our profits margins had depleted. We couldn't just up our prices on everyday consumers because we're everyday consumers serving other everyday consumers. So we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot if we do that. Then came a visit from Chow Down, Detroit. And everything changed. This influencer, online influencer, picked up a simple 6-pack of cupcakes. And if you look up this story on the internet, they weren't really simple. They were quite elaborate. But later he shared a glowing review online. One line in particular stuck with Maki. These might be the best cupcakes in Metro Detroit. And that moment right there sparked a wave of attention that no one could have predicted, much less Maki. In the 4 weeks since the video went viral, just a month, Sweet 220 has sold out nearly every single day. They're baking up to 2,000 cupcakes a day just to try to keep up and even bringing on extra help to meet the demand. Maki says support has been overwhelming in the very best way. He added, I just like to give this man from Chow Down, Detroit, his recognition for what he does for small businesses. It's unbelievable. He's truly just a kind, humble human being. Now, each morning, customers begin lining up in front of the doors even before they open, eager to get a taste of the now famous treats. For Maki, the sight, he said, never gets old. And he expressed it in this way. Wow! Thankful, blessed, happy, proud, humble. Through it all, he remains grounded in the values that built the bakery in the first place. He and his wife. faith, kindness, and community. And now, thanks to one heartfelt recommendation and a whole lot of support, Suite 220 isn't just surviving, it's thriving. Awesome. I love that. Not big on cupcakes, but I love the story. And now to our fun fact of the week. Did you know, and I bet most of you didn't, it's not just human beings who are right-handed or left-handed or both-handed. I'm ambidextrous, so most female cats prefer using the right paw, and males are more likely to be left-pawed. I knew that. Did you? If you're a cat owner, look and see. And now here's our riddle of the week. And I'm betting you don't get this. What can never be thrown, but can be caught? Pause if you need more time. And the answer is a cold. This leads to our random act of kindness. Funny? Maybe not. A small school in New Hampshire turned one boy's loneliness into a powerful lesson in kindness by learning how to speak his language. 7-year-old Ben O'Reilly, a first grader at Campton Elementary in Campton, New Hampshire, is deaf and also has additional special needs. Now, until recently, his days at school were mostly marked by isolation. His aide, Cheryl Ulisny, I hope I'm saying that right, said he struggled to connect with those around him. She explained he didn't have relationships with his peers or teachers either. So he was very alone, and he acted very alone. Well, part of the challenge came from the setting itself. New Hampshire is one of the very few states without a dedicated school for deaf students, and Ben is the only deaf child in his entire school district. Outside of his aide, there was almost no one he could communicate with. So no wonder he was feeling isolated. But then something remarkable began to happen. A few classmates, including Reed Spring, started learning simple signs so they could interact with Ben. What began as a small gesture of friendship quickly grew into something much bigger. Reed said, "If he's your friend, you can play with him, and now he's my friend, so I can play with him." Soon the entire class joined in. Students committed to learning sign language together, and the effort spread throughout the school. Teachers in other grades began taking classes and using sign language regularly, even when Ben was not present. You got to practice it. I knew it at one time, just a teeny bit, but I've lost most of that. But Reed added, "It's fun communicating with Ben and playing with him. He's a little boy in every other respect." When Ben's adoptive mothers, Etta and Marlena O'Reilly, learned how the school had embraced their son, they were overwhelmed with emotion. Etta said, "It was incredible. I could barely breathe. It was so overwhelming." Today, nearly every student and staff member knows at least some sign language. More importantly, they have made an environment where Ben feels seen, included, and understood. And he loves it, and so do they. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, and now here's our 7 inspirational thoughts for the week ahead. And these are all from, if you remember her, Irma Bombeck. Kool-Aid. Number 1, There's a thin line that separates laughter and pain, comedy and tragedy, humor and hurt. Don't cross it. Unless you're going the other way, the positive way, then cross it. Number 2, if you can't make it better, well, you can always laugh at it. Number 3, I come from a family where gravy is considered a beverage. I agree. Number 4, don't confuse fame with success. Madonna is one, the first one. Helen Keller is the other, the second one. Number 5, never go to a doctor whose office plants have died. Yeah, I guess so. Bad example, huh? Number 6, guilt is the gift that keeps on giving. So, give it to Jesus and let him take it away from you. All right, and finally, number 7. Irma says, when I stand before God at the end of my life, I would hope that I would not have a single bit of talent left and could say, God, I used everything you gave me. I used it up. Awesome. And that brings us to the best news of all, the very best news, the good news of Jesus Christ. So here's our Bible verses of the week from Psalm 27:8 and 2 Corinthians 4, verse 6. My heart has said of you, seek his face. Your face, O Yahweh, I will seek. For it is God, the one having spoken, light will shine out of darkness, who shone in our hearts with the radiancy of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ. I want to thank everyone for watching and remind you to let your light shine, 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 in whatever way you can. I hope this series helps everyone stay encouraged. Please join me Sunday morning as we continue our series on the backgrounds of the New Testament letters, and Tuesday afternoon for a Bible study called Talking About Jesus. I know I didn't have one this week, but it'll come next week, where we're continuing a new study on the history of denominations. I truly, truly hope you'll join us for all of these, and please share these with everybody you know. And now, may God bless you and keep you, and may his glorious light shine upon you. Have a great week, my friends. Weekend, my friends. See you next time.